to Ask Bucky Unfiltered. My name is Allie Weber, and I work for the Office of Campus and Visitor Relations. Today, we'll be talking with some SOAR employees, or in other words, Student Orientation and Registration Program. So before we get into the conversation, why don't we all just do a quick round of introductions so just everyone knows who you guys are.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Carissa. I'm a new student leader for SOAR. I'm a sophomore and I'm an industrial and systems engineering major.
Great. And then I'm Mackenzie. I am also a new student leader. I will be a junior in the fall and I am studying biology.
Hi everyone, I'm Nate. Get this, I am likewise a new student leader. I will be a senior this fall and I'm studying communication arts on the rhetoric route.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you all for meeting with me today just to discuss SOAR a little bit more in depth. So let's just jump right in. So first of all, what is SOAR for any of our followers who don't know, and what services do you guys offer for our students?
So SOAR is basically like was said before, it's an orientation program, and we offer all kinds of services, but its main focus is advising and student life. So before students have their SOAR week, they finish some Canvas modules or little courses with all this information. And then when they have their SOAR week, they have advising. Some colleges have peer advising, but then everyone meets with a professional advisor and you talk about your classes and what you need to take in the fall. And then you also have a small group student meeting where you get to meet your peers and just have your general questions answered. And we as new student leaders lead that, and we do our best to answer any kinds of questions you may have about the fall. We also do live events throughout the summer, so you can log on to our Instagram at UW New Student, our Facebook, and we do cover different topics all week throughout all of SOAR.
And now, given the kind of virtual environment that we all live in today, just like given this current climate, what should students expect for SOAR this year?
Yeah, I think Carissa did a great job of kind of already explaining what SOAR is going to look like in kind of the virtual environment that we're doing. But to kind of reiterate, students will have a lot of work on Canvas, which is a platform that we use for a lot of our classes here at UW-Madison. And so they'll get a lot of information on what it's like to be a student. That student life portion is coming from us as like new student leaders in the Center for First Year Experience. But they'll also get some information from their advising college. So that information that they get will depend on where they're advising from. But as Carissa said, we do have small group, which is led by a new student leader. And so that's a great place where they can meet other new students and again, get those questions answered. And we are also doing one-on-one appointments. So if students have specific questions that they want to ask and they just want to have a one-on-one conversation, they can sign up for those. And those are also available for parents and guests.
And, oh, sorry, Nate, you can go. It looks like you're going to say.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. To kind of further expound on Mackenzie's points, a lot of like expectations for admitted students at least is in terms of the SOAR program, they can kind of anticipate having all the resources available to answer all immediate questions. Granted that not all announcements for how the updated fall formatting is going to look have essentially come out yet. A bunch of stuff has, especially with housing assignments already starting to roll out as of this week. That's one thing, but just like in terms of general resources and campus questions, like through the Canvas modules, the course, small group discussions, one-on-ones, the like, essentially all questions can be at least initially addressed through the SOAR program, should they have any, or even concerns and just want to discuss about them.
Yeah, and it's just interesting hearing you guys saying that, because I think back to like my SOAR experience, and you're explaining like a lot of the exact same things that I went through doing it in person. So really it sounds like it's very like comparable to when SOAR was in person, even though that was, I don't know, 2 summers ago for me. I don't even know how old I am. Yeah, so I know SOAR, as you guys mentioned earlier, is run by the Center for First Year Experiences. Are there any other programs that admitted students should look forward to for or during their first year through the Center for First Year Experiences?
Oh, go for it, Nate.
No, I was literally just thinking. And like, yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, so through the Center for First Year Experiences, there's a lot of different seminars. I was just checking out their website actually earlier. But two of the big ones are probably learning community seminars and FIGS, or first year experience or first year interest groups. So for FIGS, it's usually a group of like 3-ish classes surrounding a topic, and you move through those lectures and discussions with the same group of people for all 3 classes. So you get a great it's a great opportunity to meet students and make connections and bond, over more than one class, and meet different people that way. And those are all both through the Center for First Year Experiences. Like I said too, there's learning community seminars. I was part of the Bradley Learning Community, so that's a freshman learning community, and I did one of those seminars called Roundtable, and it was awesome. Basically, just like for 1 hour each week, you have a peer advisor and a faculty mentor, and you all just sit down and basically hang out and chat for a while, and it's a great way to make connections.
Yeah, I was in Chadbourne residence. I lived there my freshman year, so I was in that learning community, and yeah, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I thought it was great, and they had a lot of awesome experiences for first year students to do all year round. So definitely recommend that if anyone was thinking about joining one of those. Yeah, and then so given that you guys are all students yourself, is there anything that you wish you would have known coming in as an admitted or prospective student, or any advice that you would like to give to the current admitted or prospective students?
I know for me, I wish I would have known to not be so nervous. My transition was a little bit difficult, and I wasn't expecting it to be as difficult as it was. And it took me a long time to realize that that's like fairly normal. It's fairly common. So I wish that I would have known that that's okay, and that it does get better as you kind of are on campus more, or just even doing those classes more and kind of meeting more people. It gets a little easier.
Yeah, to add to Mackenzie's point, just about like something I wish I knew, I was had been a little bit exposed to like the GUTS program. So for those of you who don't know, that's the Greater University Tutoring Services. And I had 2 classes I just really had a tough time with my first semester, especially even when visiting like TAs and my professors for help. So essentially, I really would have liked to look more into the Greater University Tutoring Services because I did eventually use it. And I just think in hindsight, sooner rather than later would have been an optimal move. So if you do come into classes and you're kind of struggling right off the bat, I'd definitely seek help in whatever way you can get immediately. And if you feel like you want to start with like your TAs or online resource, peers, whatever, that's fine as well. But just know that GUTS is available for you and they're very helpful.
Yeah, going off of that as well, Nate, I think I wish I would have realized how much time it was going to take for me to adjust, because it does take time, and it's like you're not only are you adjusting to like the academic rigor of UW, but you're also adjusting to learning how to be independent.
Yeah.
And so that was a really big shift as well. So like just like letting yourself acknowledge that, and also maybe talking to your parents or your guardians about that too, just being like, it's taking some time for me to adjust, like I really am working hard, kind of self-evaluate, because I remember just feeling super like flustered and like overwhelmed. So just taking some time and realizing what I needed to do in order for me to succeed academically, and like Nate said, like going and getting help, and being like self-motivated and figuring that out yourself was really helpful for me, because you're in college now and no one's going to tell you that you need to go do that. So that's probably my best piece of advice for sure.
Yeah, and I think like all those I definitely experienced, and I also learned through my couple years that I've been on campus is like not sweat the small stuff, especially this year, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And I think SOAR does a great job of expressing all these to students and getting them for starting their new semester in the fall. And yeah, I just think you guys do a great job of getting students prepared for what is to come. And we're excited to have them all you know, either virtually or here on campus attending UW with us. So yeah, are there anything else, or is there anything else that you guys would like to add?
I mean,
yeah. So go ahead, Carissa.
No, go for it.
All right. This just is kind of additional to advice, something that came up. So kind of outside of academics, I think another really big piece of getting used to being at school at UW is exploring the campus, and just kind of prior to classes or right as classes are starting, regardless of how many like in-person, if any, classes people have, I definitely recommend just spending a day or two walking around and really getting to know where everything is, because initially you can come in and kind of be intimidated by the size of campus and think it's like so massive, which it kind of is, but at the end of the day, like you only have to go to like the buildings that either you have classes in or that you want to check out. So no one's making you check everything out, but just kind of getting a good perimeter check in and going in and out of a lot of buildings to see like potential study spots or hangout spots. I definitely recommend, and that helped kind of make my transition a whole lot easier when I came here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say as well that I know things are kind of looking a little wonky in the fall, and it's gonna be a weird fall semester. But another thing that all incoming students living in the residence halls have to do is participate in the Our Wisconsin program, and that's a great program that basically just allows students to dig into their identities and think about themselves and who they're surrounded with. And that's going to be a great opportunity for students, like I said, specifically living in the residence halls, to feel like they're building some sort of community during this really, really weird time. And even when I participated in it and we weren't in this weird time, I still met a lot of people, since that happens at the beginning of the year. So you meet a lot of people who you didn't even know lived in your residence hall, and it's a really fun time, and it's great way to start conversation as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, there's nothing else. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I think this will be extremely helpful for our incoming students to listen to, just kind of getting this more overall information on the SOAR program before they, either after or before they actually complete the program. So yeah, thank you all again. And as always, Ask Bucky Unfiltered will be posted every Sunday on our Office of Campus and Visitor Relations social media. So again, thank you all, and have a good day.
Thanks,
Thank
Alex.
you.
Thanks.